as you may or may not know, I won the lawsuit against Brendan Schaub. He has been suing me for 2 years, and the judge finally made a decision in my favor. I won the case. But going through her ruling, something very interesting came up here, and she kind of called out Brendan Schaub. So she put the nature of the copyrighted work. The second statutory factor is the nature of the copyrighted work. This factor calls for recognition that some works are closer to the core of intended copyright protection than others, with the consequence that fair use is more difficult to establish when the former works are copied. So, his lawyer brought up 4 videos. She had to watch those videos and comment specifically on them. So, this poor woman had to watch the Fighter and the Kid videos. But let's continue here. The second factor requires courts to consider 2 elements: whether the copyrighted works at issue are factual or creative, and whether the works have previously been published. The works at issue in this case fall closer to the factual end of the copyright spectrum than the creative end. The copyrighted videos, which essentially consist of 3 men in a recording studio with a few lounge chairs and microphones recording a podcast on current events in popular culture and their personal lives, and which are basically the contemporary analog to television talk show clips, and which include reactions to the copyrighted material of others, are more factual than creative. So basically, she's calling out Brendan Schaub for saying, wait, you're suing this guy for copyright, but in the clips you're showing me, they're watching copyrighted stuff, and they're not creative. They're more factual. Brendan Schaub was just legally declared not creative. Pretty funny. Oh my God. The use of a clip from a talk show without the copyright owner's consent was fair. The copyrighted works have also been published. So this has created, behind the scenes, I've been contacted by a lot of people, not in the comedy world, mainly in the hip-hop world. Apparently, there's a lot of hip-hop channels or people who like to start hip-hop channels exclusively focused on DJ Vlad, is what I'm told by somebody who's pretty big in that world and who runs a channel. And he doesn't plan on doing any DJ Vlad stuff. But apparently, if, like, the way I do a video or someone else does a video about Schaub or any of the comedians, you're not allowed to do that with DJ Vlad. Like, play a Vlad interview and be like, why did Vlad say that? Why didn't Vlad do that? Like, comment on his thing, because he would just copyright take down all that stuff. Well, now with this decision, they can go ahead and do that, and just precedent has been set here. You're allowed to do it. And now I wonder how many hip-hop channels are just going to be uploading DJ Vlad interviews with them commenting on it, and there's really nothing he can do about it now because of this decision. This decision, by the way, is going to be brought up in major case law, and the fact that it's Thick Boy Studios. At least it's my name's in it. Like, it's not Thick Boy Studios versus Unique. But Thick Boy Studios versus Swindells. But, like, 5 years from now, when Sony's suing somebody for a copyright thing, it's a major Hollywood copyright case, they're going to be referencing Thick Boy versus Swindells. It's so stupid. Oh my God. I doubt Schaub is going to comment on this, by the way. But he did lose this lawsuit. Bunch of funny stuff I could bring up from the case as well. There was, believe it or not, this whole conspiracy thing. Meaning, remember when I told the story of I'm trying to put a way I can put this without exposing anybody. All right, remember when I told this story of the Brendan Schaub's lawyer kept pushing on something, personal info, and the judge told him, ask that one more time, and I'm going to order that Mr. Swindell has to have a lawyer, and I'm going to make your client pay for it. They were obsessed with trying to find out if who was helping me. Because right around the first person who was handling this case was not Brendan Schaub's lawyer. It was his law firm, but he wasn't the lawyer who was actually handling the case. The lawyer who was handling the case in the very beginning of the case left the law firm. And this was, I remember, right after the first Zoom call and everything, I filed no paperwork. I had no idea what I was doing. So this guy leaves Brendan Schaub's law firm, and then the guy who runs Brendan Schaub's law firm took on the case himself. Brendan Schaub's monster beast of a lawyer, Justin Bieber's former lawyer, apparently. And then I started filing legal paperwork in response. Amazing legal paperwork that the judge actually praised. And Brendan Schaub's lawyer became obsessed with trying to find out if there was, well, I did confirm, yes, I was getting maybe some help, obsessed with who was helping me. Because the thought was, the person helping me knew a little too much about everything they were going to do, how they were going to do it. And like, let's say someone would say, all right, they're going to file this specific thing. We already got the thing. So the second they file it, we're immediately going to file right back. That happened every time. And when we had a Zoom meeting with the judge, and this is when she threatened him with having to pay for my lawyer, he brought it up like 15 different times. The dude wouldn't drop it. The dude just would not drop who is the person helping him. The conspiracy I heard was they think that first lawyer who left the law firm was the guy helping me. So I don't believe this. But that was the thought that, and that was mentioned that perhaps the original lawyer left the law firm and then just started helping me behind the scenes. That was the conspiracy thought, and why Brendan Schaub. I mean, dude, they were obsessed, and so much so of, like I said, the dude brought it up 15 times in this one Zoom call. I think halfway through, the judge goes, "What do you care? What difference would it make who it is helping him?" And the judge even said, "By the way, Mr. Brendan Schaub's lawyer, for the 9th time at this time, we want him to help him because he's filing everything perfectly. Every response Mr. Swindell has to you is being done perfectly. And it obviously is getting help, but who cares? Because the help's actually making it easier for us, the court, instead of just, me saying, I don't know anything about legal things." And then, of course, on the 15th time when the dude pushed on it, she was like, all right, dude, bring this up one more time, and I'm going to order that Mr. Swindell has to have a lawyer and you're going to pay for it. But they pushed it that far and got her that upset that they were just, who is this helping him? But needless to say, maybe nobody was helping me. Maybe I'm just a legal genius. I beat those monster beast of lawyers. My God, what a terrible endorsement, by the way, for Brendan Schaub's lawyer. I'm also a little fickle, though, on the whole process in general. I find it a little odd that the case ends almost exactly 2 years to the date it was filed. Because trust me, I'm not stupid. People go into this stuff thinking, oh, my lawyer hates their lawyer and the judge was really on my side, where afterwards they're all talking at the lounge at the bar saying we bilked all these dummies out of their money. We're all getting paid. It's just a machine. Just like that's the way I view it personally. So like I find it a little odd that exactly 2 years on the day the decision comes down when the decision could have been 6 months in. But whatever. I got awarded the win for this case. But I mean, the fact that she had to watch Brendan Schaub's podcast and in a clip, because I remember one of the clips was Brendan Schaub talked about Howard Stern, and they played the clip and listened to it, then talked about it, and then I talked about it after playing Brendan Schaub's clip, and she must have been like, wait a minute, is he suing someone for copyright when in the video he's watching someone else's copyrighted thing? Hilarious. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.